Okay, so this is kind of funny because I did a TikTok video this morning, and then then I got my hair did, and it looks cool, but I'm not used to it looking all short like it does. So hey, ooh, now I get hair stuff on my hands, huh? What do you think of that, little cat? So hey, it's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. No, it's 5 o'clock on a whatever Monday, and it's dark out. Thank you, question mark. Daylight savings time or the lack thereof. Hey, Manatee Mermaid and Trey and Rochelle and Susan and Shirley and Sarah and Talisa. Hello, hello. I know. There we go. Catch up. Catch up. Anyhow, yeah, I decided, because this is how I roll. I like to keep things flexible and loose, okay? And especially because if I show up at the same time, we all have these routines and habits. I feel like I'm yelling. I apologize. I feel like we have these routines and habits. Nah, that's not going to work either. So we tend to show up at the same time. But to me, when I bop around on TikTok and I do my TikTok lives at different times, maybe I'm running into somebody who's never even heard of me, Destination Decluttered, before. I did get my hair cut. It's hours old. It is. I have realized I need to get it cut more often because when it starts to grow, it just gets big. And I kind of sometimes like that, but today is literally like it hasn't even had a chance to grow. Thank you very much for saying it's cute. I appreciate it. I have always been a short haired girl. The cut itself was not so great, especially in the 70s when my mother would be cutting it herself and the cowlicks would be there. I remember once being scarred as a child, like, not physically, just emotionally, when my great aunt's hairdresser, I don't know, Mr. Pierre or whatever, pretty much said that I might have to wear a clip in my hair for the rest of my life because I had a cowlick. He hadn't met my guy, Phil. Now, my guy, Phil, rocks. I love Phil, my hair guy. Anyhow, enough about me and my hair. I am here for you. Look at me, I'm talking with my hands. I'm here for you. So if we've never met before, thank you very much, PM11208. I know, it's been a while, huh? I'm here for you. If we haven't met, my name is Beth. That's just beside the point because I'm here for you. But Destination Decluttered. I just realized as I move my phone here, there we go. And I did that because destination right over there. See that little pink thing with a heart? That's where you're aiming for on this road trip called your life. Today, every day we are here. I feel like, you know what I'll maybe do? Maybe I will make this a better color because today where we are isn't necessarily gray. It's kind of gray outside. But what I want to suggest to you is here you are today in your life and you're driving forward towards the life that you want to feel and look better. But right now it maybe isn't so bad. Maybe you've got a lot of cool stuff going on. I know I do. Maybe it's just this clutter that if you could just get a handle on it, if you could just do something with the clutter, learn how to deal with the stuff that's accumulated and some strategies and tips and tricks and methods and processes to repeat so that you slowly but surely change your habits so that you just don't reclutter, that could improve any life, don't you think? Even if every single, as I like to say when I'm doing my consultations, every little slice of pie that makes up the whole pie of your life, even if all those are good, the clutter might be affecting all of them. So let's just deal with the clutter and increase the quality of your life. I think I've got schmutz on my face, huh? Do I? Here, let me look. I might. And thank you, Irish Pink. Thank you. Yeah, my husband said that. I had some stuff on my, oh, right there. Yeah, thank you. Huh. What is that? Oh, welcome to being a real life human on real life TikTok lives. Thank you for, Did your dad ever do that? He'd whip my sister and I talk about this. Like my dad would always have not a Kleenex, like a handkerchief in his pocket and you'd be ready. You're late for church and he's like, here, let me get that. He would spit on it and clean your face. I'm doing that to myself. I had wings. I had leftover wings for lunch. Oh my God. Well, here's a funny thing. I was on a consultation call. This is so funny. I'm cracking up. You guys, yes, hugs and love right back at you, my friend. Okay, so check this out. You think that those things are going to be the worst? Like, oh my God, I had schmutz on my face and I went on to live TV. I actually did live TV, live TikTok. I did a consultation call earlier today, and I got, I'm psyched. I'm going to help another client, somebody who just became a client. So just I allow my humanity to allow you to know that it's okay. You can show up. You can show up in life totally unaware that you've got like buffalo wing sauce on your face, and you show up normal, and somebody will still want you to be their coach. But thank you for letting me know about that. Okay, so once again, enough about me. It's cool. I appreciate you having my back, my front, my side here, but I also am here. I have your back. Again, Destination Decluttered. Who am I? I am a once cluttered person. Now, I still get a bunch of stuff, and as you guys have heard through my TikTok lives, I'm working through my own little smidges of clutter that I have, but I am also a decluttering life coach. So I take decluttering so seriously, and I have so much fun with it that I show up a lot doing TikTok lives, having a mailing list, doing one-on-one coaching, doing live Zoom calls. What else? I make videos, do stuff like that there for you. So you can start living a life that is decluttered and lovable, a destination decluttered. Okay? Pizza Boy is asking, any tips on bathroom organization when there's not a ton of storage? Yeah, get really specific about what you absolutely need to store in your bathroom. And only keep the simple bare necessities there. Do not overwhelm your surfaces with clutter. How about you could put a basket on the floor? It really depends on your place, but instead of thinking about the storage solution, think about, what do I absolutely necessarily need to do only in the bathroom? But also, are there some things, could I store some of this stuff that I use less frequently elsewhere? I mean, think about it. You're going to be really not having a life that looks and feels and functions well if the toilet paper is in the other room, right? But how about that occasional can of, Aquanet. You don't use it all the time. Maybe you don't need to store that. When you figure out exactly what a better idea is, what you use there on a daily basis, maybe on a weekly basis, then you can find a container that will be just the right size for that stuff. But notice your habits, okay? Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. So Joy1210 is saying, I am moving from a big house to a tiny house and everything must go. I will say Irish Pink, if I'm not mistaken, just did some decluttering kind of just by listening to these TikTok lives and the videos that I do, things like that. And she just moved. I bet you guys could chat and get some tips, okay? Cafe Girl is saying, I have made so much progress since I found your page, exclamation points. Thank you, exclamation points. You're welcome, exclamation points. Now, the reason I read all these things out loud, let me just inform you of this, is if you are just finding out from me and you're like, oh, this sounds like a really cool TikTok live, but I'm like on my way from work, I'm busy, I can't stay for the whole thing. Once again, I have your back, like you have mine, and I download these TikTok lives when they're downloadable from TikTok, and then I upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. Now, I say that so that if you are liking what you hear, but you can't stick around for a while, I got your back. Also, because many people have told me this, they love to listen to these on their TVs, on their videos, on their whatever of choice. Listen to them while they're decluttering. So there is a bounty, not the quicker picker upper, but a bounty of TikTok lives recorded on Destination Decluttered over on YouTube. They're great to listen to. I will say this. Somebody says, do you have a Destination Decluttered podcast? And I kind of jokingly but seriously say, all you need to do is listen to the recorded TikTok lives, and it's a podcast. Just don't look at the screen. Instant podcast, right? Because you're just listening. You're not looking. Okay. But the reason I read the questions and the comments that come up is because when these videos are downloaded from TikTok and uploaded, these words that you and I see in front of our faces go away. All you see is, I guess, my face and sometimes some schmutz on my face. Okay. So I just wanted to make you know that. Okay. Oh, there we go. See, Pizza Boy just said, yeah, I got a ton of hair products that could go elsewhere. That would definitely help. See, notice if you just get curious, if you just kind of open up your eyes to what you have there and ask yourself some questions. You know what helps you ask questions is curiosity. I wonder if, hey, how about, do I really? Curiosity is going to lead you to the life you love, because you're going to be, could I make this better? Do I use this all the time? How do I feel when I walk into that room? And when you ask the question from curiosity and love, you give your own co-pilot a chance to answer. To say, you know what, you don't use that stuff that much. I bet you could put it in the hall closet. Or maybe like you start to do your hair in another, place. Or you put the stuff you use in a little bucket, and then when you go to use your hair, you just grab the bucket from somebody else, you bring it in, you put it somewhere else. There's so many solutions, but you start finding the solutions when you quiet down the judgment and the no way, and you say, hey, I get curious. How can I make this better? And we're looking for better. We're looking for help. We're not on our way. Perfect does not exist. Done doesn't exist in a lot of ways, not with decluttering. Decluttering, you will declutter, it will look great. It's almost like doing laundry. It looks great, and then the next thing you know, you've got dirty socks again, and then it starts again, just knowing that. But when you can decrease the amount of stuff you have to the level that feels just right to you, and change the habits that got you cluttered, you get decluttered and stay that way. And thank you for the rose, Catherine, so nice. And what happens is then, the best part is then you have so much more time in your life to spend that time on stuff you want to do. And you have so much more like peace in your mind, peace of mind, peace in your head, just quiet in your head when your stuff is not talking at you. Oh, I got to put this away. I got to do that. Chat. That's exhausting. When you declutter, you quiet your stuff, because it's where it's supposed to be. You're welcome. It's your stuff is kind of like, oh, thank you for putting me away. Now I can go to sleep in this little drawer. Oh, good, I'm in the right place. I don't have to yell at you anymore saying, put me away, put me away. Quiet down your stuff when you put it away. Then it's quiet in your house. It's quiet in your head. It's quiet in your heart. I love it. I love it. Okay, there we go, just by listening. Okay, so what do we got here? I love it. Yes, thank you. Irish Pink and Joy, feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I love that you're helping each other out. Okay, it's like a podcast, Johnny. Okay, all right, so what do we have here? If you have any questions, I will say this. If you're stuck with clutter, take a moment, take a beat, and say, where am I stuck? Why am I stuck? What's the thing that's keeping me stuck and not moving in the direction that I want? Okay, Talisa, just want to offer this to you because I like to offer things. I hate laundry. Laundry is good. I don't want you to love it, but you don't have to hate it. Your laundry doesn't deserve the hate. Certain people in the world do, not your laundry. Your laundry shows that you have clothes that keep your naked body covered and warm and fashionable. And in order to clean those clothes so you can do that again, that's what laundry is. As soon as you start to just leach out the drama from a lot of your habits and your things, your what do I want to call them? Like your chores or just the stuff you have to do to live a life, just desaturate it. Take it from color to black and white. Take it from in sharp focus to kind of grainy, old-timey stuff and say, you know what? It's not even worth the hate. Isn't there an old song, maybe somebody knows this, you ain't worth the salt of my tears? Like, laundry doesn't deserve the hate. It's just something you do in order to get clean clothes, okay? I love it. The Farmhouse Sanctuary finally used a pretty bar of soap that I got from a friend that's been sitting on a shelf. Yes, I love it. Use the soap. What was her name? Irma Bombeck. She used to be like in the Boston Globe right next to Ask Beth and Ann Landers. Burn those candles. Use that stuff. Drink the good stuff, eat the good stuff, use the china, use the crystal. Don't just wait for Thanksgiving to use the good stuff. Your life is a reason to use the good stuff. Excuse me. I'm right here. I just realized my phone needed to be plugged in, so let me just do this. But seriously, Thanksgiving is coming up. Do not let that be the only time you use the good stuff. You're worth the good stuff everywhere. There we go. Somebody says, sell stuff on Mercari and donate it too. I love it. Do what works for you. Catherine says, we worked so hard to move things out of the way. Brought in a new sofa and had the house clean enough for guests this weekend at my birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Rock on. Clean enough to have a guest over for the birthday? That to me is an awesome milestone. That you didn't say, no, you can't come over for my birthday because I'm ashamed of my clutter. You shouldn't be ashamed about it anyway, because that's just another thing that keeps you stuck. But rock on, Catherine. Look what you did to make your life better. You had a friend over, a couch, and you had a friend over for your birthday. That's all good stuff. Okay, what else do we have here? Hello from Iowa, Chris Wright. In case anybody is interested, I am in Pennsylvania on the East Coast. I grew up in Massachusetts, so you'll hear it in my voice. I lived in Delaware for a while, but I'm totally East Coast. But thank you, Iowa. And I love it that I have people from TikTok Lives from all over the country, all over the world, and I have clients from all over the world too. Mary says, my nemesis is paper. How about this? Let's turn down the saturation, turn that to black and white, and really just when you take the drama out of it, Mary, you get some paper in your house. Maybe you got a wicked lot of paper, as we would say up in Massachusetts. That's okay. It doesn't need to be your nemesis. You don't need to fight it. How about this? Instead of fighting it and calling it your nemesis, get curious. Why do I have so much paper? Did it suddenly just appear out of nowhere, or how did it get there? How did I get here? Get curious, people. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought him back. Everybody always forgets that second half. Kind of like lather, rinse, repeat. Everybody always forgets the lather. I remember the lather because my dad used to use Head and Shoulders. I can picture that bottle to this day, and it said lather, rinse, repeat on it. Okay? So just notice these things. Okay? What do we have? Yay. Chris just says, just moved from my 4-bedroom home of 22 years into a very small apartment. Wonderful. Wonderful. You know what that means? You get to really curate exactly the right amount of stuff that's going to light your life up like Debbie Boone, like nobody's business. Okay? What do I mean by that? Sometimes when we have too much space, it allows us to not have to make decisions about what we have. That stuff's okay, but no big deal. Like, I even know it myself, like down the basement. I'm talking about down the basement a lot, and I realize technically even the way I pronounce that is a total New England regionalism, but that's me. When I go down the basement, we have plenty of space down there to do the stuff we do, but yet it does provide me an opportunity to avoid the decluttering. But when I say, hey, I've got some stuff down here that I no longer use, then I can get into it. So Chris Wright, how can you curate and make your very small apartment the most rockin' small apartment? You know what? You're going to pick quality over quantity. You're going to pick only the things that make you feel freaking love. You're going to pick the few things that work so well for you that you don't need the quantity because you've got the really good stuff. And it's going to feel awesome. Okay? I love it. Sarah Martin, etc. says, I've been shifting into seeing laundry as a tool to feel better instead of feeling behind. It's all up here, people. And it's even more up here because I got my hair cut. The way you think about stuff makes you feel a certain way, and you feel a certain way, you do a certain thing. And what you do gives you the results you have. So if you think I hate laundry, it's going to make you feel like hate and you don't want to do it. So then you don't do the laundry. So then the laundry piles up. Then it piles up and you hate it, so you don't do it. It just becomes notice this cycle. It kind of gets you in a rut. On the other hand, if you're like, hey, laundry, when I do that, I have clean clothes to choose from. Which reminds me, thank you very much. I'm going to holler down the hallway. I don't even know if my husband's. I'm going to write myself a note. I have laundry in the washing machine. And I want to make sure it gets in the dryer. Now, I think my husband's at the grocery store, but I will put laundry. So see how this works? You're helping me, I'm helping you. We're all working together. Laundry into dryer so it doesn't get moldy and stuff. Okay? Notice that. 18 new messages. Felt so good, says Catherine, and the guest stayed in the other room. That's why we do this, you guys. The only reason I show up in your life is to make you feel better. To not even make you feel better, to help you learn how to make yourself feel better. So if your clutter's making you feel lousy, how can we make you feel better? It feels better when you have the room. Catherine said that right there. It feels so much better. Okay? Yeah, Diana says, yeah, too much space. Need to get rid of stuff I haven't used in a year. Just notice that sometimes too much space just allows you to avoid the decisions. Okay? There we go. Mommy Salami says you can get other things doing while the laundry is getting done. Notice the laundry is getting done. You're not doing the laundry. Pretty much all you're doing is putting in the washer, setting it, going to do stuff. It's different from the from doing the dishes, but I'll offer this. You can just stand there when you're doing the dishes, but you can listen to a podcast. You can envision what you want your life to be. You can maybe look out the window. You can listen to some music. You can, luxuriate in the fact that your hands are nice and warm, that you're getting nice, clean things. I'm not saying you have to love these things. No, I love doing dishes. You're not a housewife. You're not married to your house. I know I'm being kind of sexist here or whatever, but what I want to suggest is you don't freaking have to love these things, but you also don't have to hate them. How about these are things I do to make my life look, feel, and function better. Okay. Hey, well, there we go. Joyce says, hubby paid on storage place. I begged for years. Clean out. A huge glove flooded claim and he was forced. All right. Notice that. All right. Clean laundry was staring at you. Was it staring at you? Does your laundry have eyes? No, you were staring at it and it was telling you a story. Was it saying, Amy, put me away. I want to go in the door. I want to go into that closet. I want to go put me away in a drawer. Okay. There we go. Yes. Leilani says you hit the nail on the head when you say too much space allows you to delay decisions. I know what I'm talking about, except sometimes, honestly, I have screwed up that saying. I'm all about all the things that make communicating fun. So I like using metaphors, like I do so many things are like the metaphor of being on a road trip, and also those phrases. And oftentimes I will say, you hit the nose on the head. I just get it wrong, but then it makes me laugh. So I share that with you. Okay. This is great. Stacey Bone 1 says, when I do my laundry, I tidy up my car from my travels. Use cars and travel. I love it. Okay. I know it. I love when you say, notice what you did. Stacey Bone, you know Stacey Bone, you habit stacked. That's what we call it in the biz. Okay. Notice that when you do something, you do something else. If you habit stack, you can kind of barnacle your way onto, you can hop like piggyback onto a habit you already have that reminds you to do something else. I do this at night when I brush my teeth. I've gotten to that point that I habit stacked washing my face, and now I'm better at washing my face while I brush my teeth. Okay. Joy Ginger says, my kitchen table is in his closet. Such dysfunction. Okay, dysfunction. Here's something to play with when we're talking about how to make decluttering fun. First of all, I will say this: if you like what you're hearing, I see somebody has done this. Is I have a free, wicked easy to sign up for mailing list. You go to destinationdecluttered.com and there's a join page /join. All you need to do is put in your email address. You need to promise me you're not a robot, because I'm not a robot. I'm a human and I coach like human. I coach only humans. So promise you're not a robot. You get on my mailing list. Our mailing list it becomes, because then I share a bunch of cool stuff with you. Free group Zoom calls. I have to remind myself that I promised I would do luckily I've already written it down. This is why we breeze block people. I'm doing a free breeze blocking time management. Oh, that sounds so boring. I don't even like to call it that. Workshop just for the people on the email mailing list. So if you're interested in that, if you need a habit tracker, let's say you've been falling off the habits. You get yours printed out. Use it. Use it for the rest of your life. You get that free too. I'm just saying that there's resources out there. So destinationdecluttered.com/join if you want to get on the mailing list. We do a free group Zoom call every month that's coming up next week. And you're pretty much the first people to learn all about cool things. When I'm offering things, when I'm testing out stuff, before, all sorts of good things. So there's that. Also, if you've never met me before and you like what you're hearing, I do videos here. I also repost them on Instagram and Facebook for people who are not on TikTok. But if you're here on TikTok and you like what you hear, drop me a follow, as that guy from Ireland says. I got to figure out how to pronounce his name. The Irish. I can say that because I'm half Irish myself. Yes, breeze block. Okay, Cynthia. So this is my basically my fun way, I like to call it, of mapping out my day. This is what this right here that you see, this is my day. I call it breeze blocking. See this? This is what they call in Palm Springs a breeze block. What I say is, no structure is bad, but also too much structure can be stifling. What I like is a little combo. I don't want to build a bricking your wall. I don't want a solid wall of stuff that I have to do. I want some structure, but I want some beauty. I want some delight. I want a nice, lovely breeze to come through. So what you do when you learn how to figure out what you want to do and when you want to do it during a day, I help you with that. I give you a wicked simple way to do it and remind you to put some breeze between the stuff that you're doing. Okay? So just notice that. Yeah, I like to make things fun. I know myself that when things seem boring, when they seem too serious, when they seem arduous, when somebody uses fancy words when a simple word would do, I tune out. I'm like, bah, this is no fun. Okay? Oh, you're welcome for explaining. That's why I'm here. And if I'm unclear, please let me know, because that's what I'm here. I want to clear things up. I like making things super clear, super easy, and super simple to understand so that it feels easy to do. Because the simpler and the easier it is, the more likely you are to start it. And then when you start and it ends up being okay and it doesn't feel bad, and you make progress and you see progress, you're more likely to show up the next day. Okay? It's great. Irish Pink just says, I love that workshop. Very cool. Yeah, I'm going to do a new one, just kind of a working workshop. So if you've been to one before, you'll get sent the recordings of the other ones so you can listen beforehand to get some of the details. But I want you to show up with your notebook, your brain, your workbook, your calendar, and what you want to happen in the next even 3 weeks, because Thanksgiving's coming up, people, and I want to help you be prepared for Thanksgiving and beyond. Okay, that's what I do. It pretty much in every coaching call. I coach clients one-on-one over Zoom for a 10-session package, and pretty much a portion of everybody's coaching is saying, okay, now you know why you want to do stuff and what you're going to do. Let's make it even more real and doable and increase the likelihood that you're going to show up for yourself by getting it on your daily calendar. And I have had a crazy chock-a-block full day today. I say crazy. It doesn't feel crazy. I know because I was able to see the time I had, I could fit a lot of things in here. I got so much good stuff done today. And I was able to, take a break and go outside and walk around and do some things. So make space. This is me, and I was trying to do my, this marketing, my thing. But seriously, decluttering helps you make space in your life for what's important to you. So it's not just space in your house, it's space in your calendar. It's space in your head to say, you know what do I really want to happen? What would I like to happen? As some people know, that's one of my phrases. But when I want something to happen, I know how to get it to happen. Because it's just baby steps, baby steps, baby steps, until it increases the likelihood that you're going to do it. Okay? So that's enough about me. Excuse me. How about you? We're here for another 22 minutes. No, 32 minutes or so. Well, I am anyway. Maybe you have to scoot. If you do, don't worry. I hopefully told you all the ways that you can get support and encouragement free, of course, and then there's the paid coaching. But in the meantime, we're here for another 32 minutes. What is jamming you up clutter-wise? Put it in the comments and we can help. I can help. I said that. Somebody else asked me that. A new client, a new client, yeah. A new client asked me, when you do coaching, do I work with you or are you going to pawn me off on somebody else? You get me. I'm me. I am Destination Decluttered. I am a walking business. Okay? All right. Here, hold on. TikTok share. I'm going to take a sip. All right, we got a couple of good things coming in. Mom's art. I have trouble getting motivated and I have a little of everything everywhere. Can't see where I'm going. All right? So notice a couple of these things. I will get this. So first of all, getting motivated. Motivation to me is a feeling in your brain and heart when you're both playing nice. When your head and your heart are like, yeah, let's go, that's motivating. That's motivation. And it feels good. You're motivated to do something. When these two are out of whack, it can be difficult. So what I would ask all of you, because this is why I call it Destination Decluttered, okay? Destination. What is your destination? What do you want your home to look like? What do you want it to feel like? figure that out first before you even start, and then just notice where it is like that and where it isn't like that. Jackie is saying, hey, I'm catching you alive, which reminds me that you exist. Yes, I do. Yeah, see, that's why I pop in at different times of the day. Let me just, a real quick thing. If you want to know the other Destination Decluttered TikTok live times, there's a video I made that's posted and pinned on the top of my page. So when you go to follow me, you can also just see when they're there. And they are different times every week, every day. I like having a flexible schedule, and that's how I roll. Okay? So when you have trouble getting motivated, what I'm thinking is your brain is telling you someplace to go, but you don't particularly want to do that. Your heart is not in it. Notice how we use these things all the time. Yeah, my heart wasn't in it, so I didn't do it. When you get your heart in it and your brain is like, yeah, this sounds cool, then you're motivated to get up and do the things, take the actions, make the movement. All right, Nat K. Voss is saying, can't see where I'm going. Well, pull over and write down what your destination is, and it will glow like the northern lights. No, what's that one? The North Star. It will glow like the North Star, so you will know, you will be able to see where you're going, because your North Star will guide you, because you'll know that everything you do that aligns, when your head and your heart are in alignment, everything you do will lead you to more of that. Okay? Having a little of everything everywhere, why don't you experiment with this? How about reducing the amount of stuff you have and not putting it everywhere, putting it all just somewhere, clearing off all, a handful of surfaces, and then be strategic. Pay attention. What do I want to be here or not? Paying attention to your heart and your head, when these work together, it's so much easier. So this is why I'm a decluttering life coach, not just a decluttering coach, because I know that when these two aren't working together, it is so much more difficult to get motivated, to do the things, to enjoy yourself, to show up the next day. When you're doing it for the wrong reasons, when your heart isn't in it, it just makes it more difficult. Okay? Notice that. Okay, Catherine says, bulky desk, difficult to lift and remove is the next project. I love that you're seeing that the next milestone on the way for your Destination Decluttered is to move the bulky desk. And okay, notice it's difficult to lift and remove. However, you moved, if I'm not mistaken, a couch. You got some things. There's an answer out there. There are people. I was on a call today with a client, and we were talking about the guys with muscles who you can ask to help move the heavy stuff. And, sorry, I'm going to change this. Boop. I got a distracting message. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. Next project, you'll figure it out. All right? Notice that. What else do we have here? All right. Here we go. All right. Joy Ginger is saying 45 years in home to put a small apartment, but hubby is a hoarder. I'm pointing out this one specifically because I want to talk seriously about hoarding. Now, I will say this right off the bat. I will never misrepresent myself. I am not a trained, licensed medical or mental health professional, nor do I ever care to be. I am somebody who knows so much about decluttering and helping you get to where you want to go that it's not even funny. But when somebody has a hoarding disorder, that is something that is diagnosable and treatable by mental health professionals. So there is a difference, and I'm sure we all know it, between somebody who's just got a lot of stuff but just, needs a little bit of help, and then somebody who could really benefit from some mental health help. I say this because, when I do the consultations, so if you want to be one of my one-on-one clients, you go to my website, you pick out a date and time for a consultation, we meet and we talk, and one of the things I do is better understand whether it's what you're struggling with is something I can help you with. If you are a hoarder, I will, with love for you as a human wanting to help you on your journey, say, as I said to somebody the other day, I am your stepping stone. Unlike the monkeys, I am your stepping stone. I may not be your coach, but I will reinforce the idea that mental health help will benefit you, okay? So Joy, I say that with compassion and love and possibility for you and your husband. Perhaps he might benefit from some of that, okay? Yeah, Jackie is saying ADHD makes people forget. That's honestly, Jackie, I will say this. There are tools out there to help you remember stuff. So like the tools to help remember that I exist would be to follow me on TikTok if you're doing that. And then if I happen to be doing a live, you could do that. I don't know if you can favorite me. I don't know enough about TikTok about that. But you might also want to jump on the Destination Decluttered email mailing list, because I send out emails every couple of weeks or so. Again, I am not rigid in structure unless it's to get stuff done. So when I have something good to share, I often don't wait for the right day, the right day or the right time. I get so excited about wanting to share that I will write an email and send it off whatever day of the week, whatever time of day it is, because I want to share that information with you. That will help remind you that I'm here. Okay? So just notice that. All right, Jennifer Smith is saying, not good at getting to the smaller piles that need sorting to get detailed and ultra organized. Okay, so here's the thing. Big piles to little piles. I totally get that. What I want to have everybody be mindful of is ultra organized. Too organized. What's your right level of being organized? Now, I know here on TikTok and on Pinterest and on Instagram and all these things, you see these, like it's almost like organization porn where everything's fronted and faced in the right amount. They're all color-coded. Trust me. I mean, I see that. And there are some people who make a wicked lot of money having that to be in other people's homes. But what I want to offer is you need to organize and declutter to a level that feels right to you. That feels like you're just right. Too much is when you're in over your head and it feels too much and you're drowning. Notice the words we use. I'm drowning in clutter. When you reduce your clutter so you're not drowning, what you do then is you reduce it to an amount that feels just right to you. Not too hot, not too cold, just like porridge in the Three Bears. And what I mean by that is if you're getting ultra organized, maybe that's just too much. Personally, I discourage for people from being ultra organized, because at a certain point, it's almost like when they say that you have real estate and you not overproduce, but like you overinvest in it, but you never get a return back on it. You know, I want you to be organized and decluttered enough so that you believe your house looks good. You feel good about how your house looks. You feel good in your house. And it functions well for you. The functioning part goes to the ultra organized, that you can immediately, if you need to find something, you know where to go to get it. It is there. You then use it. It's of good quality, so you can use it easily. And then when you're done with it, you can easily put it back. Ultra organizing sometimes just takes up too much time that you could be spending doing the stuff that you enjoy doing in your life. Now, I will say this, I've been there where I haven't known what I want to do, or I've been afraid to figure it out, or it didn't seem like fun. So I have distracted myself by getting very detaily on certain things and avoiding the big questions in life. But what I want to say is the more you do that, the more time is slipping into the past, and you don't get that back. So just notice where you're spending your time. And if you're cool with that, rock on. Keep on doing what you're doing. But if you're not liking the fact that time is going by, oh my gosh, you guys, it is already not even just November. It's November 6th. We have less than 2 months left in this year. Are you where you wanted to be at the beginning of the year? If not, that's okay. You can start right now and start to change things. Okay? What do we got here? There we go. Halloween week, unexpected party to find the costume to, there you go. Notice that, sometimes when we don't put things away in a place that makes sense to us, it's harder to find these things. Okay. I am going to back up a little bit. So here's the funny thing. Mary is saying, I watched those hoarding shows. And I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison, notice I say that because first of all, it would be fun. It's kind of a good thing to embroider onto a pillow, as I like to say. But what I want to offer with that is your house may look and feel better than a hoarder's house. But if you didn't have it to compare to, does it look and feel and function like you want it to? Instead of comparing it to the stuff that's really bad, how do you feel when you compare it to how you want it to be? And maybe it doesn't measure up. That's okay. You can get closer to that. Okay? Notice that. There's always stuff to do. Okay, there we go. All right. Jackie is saying, able to get somewhat back to the way I had it a few weeks ago. Awesome. Felt really good. But we have much more to do. It is not endless. It will end. And I just keep telling myself, baby steps, tiny steps. You said tiny steps. I always say baby steps. Jackie, you're on the right track. Baby steps. Baby steps in the right direction. And just think, it's not like you went back to square one. You just maybe had a minor setback. Everybody, nothing is a straight path. We're always, one step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's always this kind of cha-cha. But you know what? The more you show up, the more your forward steps will outweigh your backward steps. And sometimes you won't have backward steps at all, because what you'll do is you will have decluttered to a point where the quantity of items in your home feels right, where you have created homes for your items feels right, and that when you go to put things away, it makes sense. So just don't give up. Keep on going. You're making progress and things look better. This is one of the reasons why when I do one-on-one coaching, I say to people, take before and after pictures, because I bet if you had taken a picture before, you're forgetting how it looked back then. You're thinking, oh, now I'm back to square one. You're not back to square one. Okay. Jennifer Burgess says, where do I start in an overloaded bedroom? In baby steps. Sure. In baby steps, how about making sure that your bed is nice and clean? So you're not sleeping with stuff piled on the bed. If you aren't, that's great. You know what? A bed is a horizontal surface. So is a bureau, or a dresser, as some people call them. So is a floor. So is a shelf. So is a vanity. So is a table. So is, whatever. Any horizontal surfaces in your bedroom, start there. The stuff on your horizontal surfaces probably falls into one of 3 categories. I said surface, so you get surface clutter, but it's stored clutter and sentimental clutter. So the stuff on your surfaces is stuff that you just maybe need to put where it belongs. If it doesn't have a home, then you need to figure out, where's a place that I want to put this away that's going to make sense to me when I go to find it. Maybe you can't put away the surface clutter because the drawers and doors, the stored clutter is too cluttered, and that's when you have to make decisions about how much stuff you actually need. So I say a lot of this in one fell swoop, but it is all those baby steps, and it doesn't have to be all done at the same time. Today I did some things and, baby steps. I have a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you saw, but I posted a TikTok video earlier today about being so excited about all this stuff that's been hanging around my basement that I've wanted to kind of, take the next step on, but I didn't know what I did. So I just emailed people and I was like, hey, do you want this stuff? And a plethora of people were like, oh, that would be great. Now I have some steps to take. I had to, get everybody's address and then find out what the thing is. And then I have to put them in envelopes, and then I have to mail it. And then I have to tell them how much the postage was. And then I have to get the postage. There are steps in it. You don't need to do them all at the same time. If you batch your steps, like today, all I was able to do was get together all the stuff that people wanted. And I put the pieces of paper that had their name and address on it, and I put them on a table. That's a step in the right direction. Tomorrow, when I have a little window of time, I will go and, put some of those in envelopes. And then I will bring them to the post office. Baby steps in it. Okay? It's what gets you going. Okay? Okay, what do I say? I have ADHD, habit tracker. There you go. Find the things that works for you. Find the things that work for you, okay? And if you don't, just experiment. See what works and what doesn't. Some things worked for me for a while and then they don't. I found a better way. Some things I've tried and it's like, oh, that doesn't work for me. Other times they do. Setting a timer, for example, works for me a lot. Setting in if I know that I only have a finite amount of time and I can't go over what I want to do, I set a timer. So I say I'm going to spend 20 minutes on this thing, and the timer kind of wakes me up to remind me that I need to shift gears. That was something I was going to do. I thought about that, and notice how I'm writing down these ideas that I have. You do the same thing. I think it's really cool to think of, especially because this goes under my wheelhouse. See, wheel. I don't even know what a wheelhouse. I do know what a wheelhouse is, but of talking in automotive terms, when you have to shift gears. Has anybody here ever driven a stick shift car? I know that we're few and far between now with everything automatic, but know how much better it feels when you can shift easily between things. And you can practice shifting gears between one thing and another by practice. And it can become easily. You say, I need a minute to shift gears. I had to do this earlier. What did I do? I was on a consultation. I got off the consultation. I had to talk to my husband, and then I needed to call somebody at 4:00. And I said, okay, I need to shift my brain into talking to that person on the phone. And then when I got off the phone with them, I had to get, change gears. The more you can practice doing that, the easier and the smoother it is. Okay? Notice that. Oh, Sarah, if you want driving metaphors, literally, when I write a book, it's going to be all about the driving metaphors and decluttering. I was going to call it Just Drive Your Life, and it's true. You are the driver. There's only one butt space ready for the driver in the driver's seat. There's only one space in the passenger seat. That's for your co-pilot. That's for me, my co-pilot. That's for me. I show up as your co-pilot because you're behind the wheel. I ask you, where do you want to go? And you say, I want to go here. And I say, I can help you do that. You also have that inside you. You have a spirit inside you that says, I can help you get there. I show up to encourage that person, that spirit, that voice in you to come out and tell you everything's going to be okay. And I help you by quieting down those backseat drivers, those little kids in the back seat that are always telling you can't and no and I'm scared and this is going to be boring and I don't want to do it. Whoosh, quiet them down. Say, I want to go there. I'm excited to get there. Quiet them down. Get the encouragement from your wacky sidekick here. And then we make a plan. We make a roadmap. Basically, you know what it is? It's like breeze blocking is like a roadmap. It's a daily roadmap that says if I hit those milestones, I am going to be further ahead on my destination than if I didn't do them. Okay, so just notice them. Jewel, thank you for the great title. I think I have justdiveyourlife.com. So when, see, here's the thing. I'm not going to pursue. I will just be completely honest about this. I will only write a book when somebody comes to me and says, here's a lot of money to write a book. I enjoy how I communicate right now. I love getting my ideas out into the world this way. It's so much easier for me. I've written book proposals in the past and it seemed arduous. I could write it like nobody's business, but for right now, I like doing this. I like doing TikTok lives. I love coaching one-on-one, things like that. Also, if I was writing a book about decluttering, how much you want to bet it would just clutter up somebody's house because they're going to think I bought the book to read it. I got to share with you. I shouldn't even share. Well, my mother's not on TikTok, okay? You guys, it's just us, right? I have helped my mother declutter. My mother loves to buy books. I also help her with her bills. And I said, please, oh, please, oh, please, stop. Just put a pause on the buying of books. Read the books you have. The irony is not lost on me that when I was checking her email today, I saw that she has purchased the book, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning. Now, she and I have talked about that book before. I can help her with that. But she's cluttering up her house with a decluttering book. I love her anyway. I will clean up the books that she got from Amazon that she never read after she's passed. But just notice that, okay? And yeah, the fact that Rachel, it's like interactivity is way better than a book. I believe that too. The only thing is that at a certain point, I probably one-on-one won't be scalable to do this. But we'll take it as it comes. I really enjoy what I do and how I do it and the pace I'm going at. And I want you to do that too. Good evening, Bonnie Esther. Nice to see you. Yeah, so isn't this cool that we have noticed this? Back in the day when we only had books to get information, it was the only way. Books were so much more important back then. I'm not saying they're not. I love books. However, now with technology, we are able to share ideas and feel connected and not alone in different ways. So that's why I show up and do this, because it's easier for me. I am typically not a talker. I pretty much do all of my talking on these TikTok lives. TikTok, get it? Waka waka, TikTok. And then I can be quiet, literally for hours on end, happily quiet. But notice that there are different ways we do things now than we did back then. I want to bring your decluttering up into the 21st century so you minimize it and then you go and spend your time doing things that light up your life, like Debbie Boone. I don't know if anybody's noticed, like when it's so funny because when this video gets uploaded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube, oh my gosh, if there were an asterisk for every pop culture reference that I make, you will realize that I pretty much have very few legit words and they're all just a pop culture reference. But they make me laugh. That's how my brain works and it delights me. I crack myself up. And maybe I crack you up too. And when you're laughing, when you're it lights up neurons and you're more open to getting things than when you're sitting there going, oh, this is hard. I need to study. Yeah. When you're having fun, it helps you learn. Okay? Yeah, it feels so good to buy a book, but actually using them is a different thing. It's so true. When you go to buy a solution, Anything you buy gives you that promise of it, but you know what you got to do? It's kind of like my mother when she buys the cleaning products. You still have to use it. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing my mother, but she will admit it. She has ADHD. It's undiagnosed and untreated, and she doesn't want to change. She's 80-something years old. I'm not going to make her change. But notice, you can buy something, but it will only work if you use it. That is a book. That is a notebook. That is a cleaning product. That is a vacuum. That is one-on-one coaching. When you use it, it works. When you don't use it, it won't work. Okay? Notice that. I love this. TikTok Share is saying, sometimes thinking about not leaving so much for my kids to deal with is a true present to inherit. Yes, but also notice, Share, I love that you're looking at the kids and doing it for them. Do it for yourself, too, so that you live whatever years, days, months, all the numbers of lives that you have, that you enjoy the life that you have while you're here. Why have it be like, oh, I did, and I even say this to my mother. I said, stop the decluttering. To my mother, not you guys, my mother. I will do that for you when you're alive and when you're dead. That's my love language. I want you to enjoy your life. And I'm saying that to you. I'm saying that to me. I'm saying it to my mother. I'm saying it to the world. When you do the things in your life that are important to you, the world, you feel better and the world is a better place. Okay? Yay, thank you for noticing my pop culture references, you guys. Yep, somebody's singing You Light Up My Life. There we go. Light up my life. I think my mother had that 45. Does Fabuloso really smell that good? I have no idea. Yeah, cleaning supplies and books. Yeah, you know what? Notice we have these things, you know. All right. Katrina just said, just signed up for a consultation. Single mom of 3 young kids, currently in 1 bedroom. All right. Well, you know what? Let me just do this because I'm on for another 8 minutes. Do. Okay, maybe we're already on there. So, cool. I will get back to you if I haven't already about a consultation. And let me just tell you what a consultation is. It's just a one-on-one conversation like this. I ask you a standard set of questions I ask of all my potential clients. And that's basically to see what your clutter problem is. So you discover it and you tell me and I say, oh, is that something I can help you with? And if the answer is yes, most of the time it is. Sometimes it isn't, but most of the time it is. Then I tell you, I share with you what coaching would be like. If that feels like a good fit for you, we talk about price, we talk about the package, how it all works. I answer all your questions. So at the end of the time that we spend together, you're making a decision that feels right to you. Notice I say it doesn't make sense to you. Sometimes the things that make sense and feel right, when they're working together, this is when the magic happens. And I know I'm kind of rub your tummy, pat your head action here. But when you're thinking better and feeling better, you're going to do better. Okay? So just notice that. Can we see your car shelf? Over here. Oh, hey, you know what's funny? There's some, you know what's supposed to be there? I have a little train case and I keep my bracelets in it. I wear bracelets a lot. Not a lot, but like if I wear jewelry other than earrings, it's bracelets. And I am putting a little mirror I got at IKEA in the lid because it's when it's up there, when I lift up the lid, I can see what's in it without taking it down. So I just noticed that. But yeah, see? There you go. Take a picture, it'll last longer. There we go. What else do we have here? Noella is saying, I like your hair. It's very nice. Thank you, Noella. I literally just got a cut today, and it may look different tomorrow because Phil always styles it his own way. But thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yep, Pee-wee, you got it. He's my number one. All right, so what else do we have here? So we've got 6 minutes. What I would love to leave you with is a couple of things. Okay, somebody just booked a consultation. Wonderful. I will say this too. Somebody mentioned this on a TikTok live that I did earlier. And if you're interested in these TikTok lives, my videos and things like that, before you sign off from TikTok today, maybe even right after I sign off at 6 o'clock Eastern in about 6 minutes or so, if you can, if you can, this is so funny. I just got a text from my mother and I was like, oh crap, I was supposed to send her something. It's all good. I'll take care of it. Like my TikTok page or follow it. Just, give me a thumbs up or whatever you follow things. When I do the videos that are just the regular standalone ones, you'll see those. I also do TikTok lives. There's the Destination Decluttered email mailing list. It's free, a lot of free stuff there. Also, I will say this is where I was getting to, was when you go to sign up for a consultation, if you're interested in taking that next step to do one-on-one coaching with me, and the times that I have currently available do not work with your schedule, There is a drop-down menu on the calendar that you can do to put it in your own time zone. I have clients in multiple time zones, and it's just easier to do the math that way. I say this, get on my mailing list. And if you don't see a consultation time that works for you, because you're on the mailing list, you can reach out to me directly and be like, hey, I'm interested in coaching, but you're not offering a consultation time that works for me. Can we work on something? And you know what I will say? Hey, fellow human, I get it. You have a life, I have a life. Let's figure this out. Okay? I make it easy. Or I make it simple. I work with you. I work with you, not against you. Okay? Gigi Gina says, you are my hero. Oh, thank you. I don't know why, but you know what? How about this? Why don't you practice on being your own hero? What are the things that I do that seem, I almost said heroine-like? But what are the things you like that I do that maybe you could do too? I'm nothing, I think I'm special, but I'm also nothing special. I'm just a person who has figured out some stuff in my life that has made my life so much better looking and feeling and functioning that I just have to share it with you because I don't want to be the only person on the world who's saying that I effing love my life. Okay? It has taken me decades and I don't want it for you to take decades. I want to save you time. Because it took me not too long. I choose to believe it took me the right amount of time. Because if I had done this earlier, it would have been before TikTok and I couldn't meet you all. Okay? You are the wind beneath my wings. There we go. There we go. Also, well, you know what? Gigi Gina, I have given you hope, but I want you to do this. The hope I gave you, you take that, you put it into your heart, and then turn it into action. All of this can be feeling really good. This is great. Inspiration, blah, blah, blah. But when you shut off your phone and you look there and you're like, ugh, I don't want to do anything, then we've missed something. What I want to see everybody do is learn how to take action. Do something in support of your dreams, of the direction you want to get to. Baby steps it when you can't do big steps. But when you can't do big steps, do the big ones, do the big ones, do the little ones, do all the steps. And you will get there. Again, this is the thing I love about a road trip. You start here, you want to get there. It's X many miles. The more you drive, the fewer miles are ahead, the more miles are behind you. You will get there. Okay? And choose to believe. Noella says timing is everything. How about this? This is one of my big phrases. I choose to believe that, ... I choose to believe that you found this TikTok Live at the exact right time in your life that you were supposed to find it. And the universe is sending you a message. If you're hanging around here, you've got some clutter. No judgment. We all do. But you want to do something about it and you don't know what to do. I can help you with that. They say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And I guess I'm the teacher. I never wanted to be a teacher. But you know what? Here I am, helping you out. I like to be a coach. I don't even want to be a coach. I'm not sporty. But boy, do I like to encourage and inspire and motivate. And you know why? Because when I help you, it lights me up too. When I see somebody succeeding, I bask. I love that. I am happy to stand on the sidelines knowing I love my life and see all of you just driving towards your destinations. It would make me weep tears of joy to know that other people in the world are driving towards the thing that lights them up in this short amount of time that we have on this planet. Okay? Okay, Gigi Gina, hard for me because of the memories. Allow yourself to be a human. Allow yourself to be a human. Feel those feelings that the memories bring up and get on the other side of it and you'll feel better. I know you don't want to. Sometimes memories are kind of like throwing up. I don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. Don't want to feel that way. Don't want to feel that way. Nope. I'm going to tamp it down. No. Don't want to do it. But then you do it. You get it out of your system. And then you feel so much better. Okay? Stephanie says, I think of you when I get rid of stuff. I thank you for that. I don't think it is. Okay? So it's 5:59. I just got a couple of texts from my mother. I had promised her to send her some info and I forgot. And she didn't know I was getting on a TikTok live after this. But anyhow, this has been delightful. It's been fun and interesting to be here on this time of day. So I will just sign off with a couple of things. If you haven't liked my page, if you like what you're feeling here and what's happening, please follow my TikTok page. Maybe you want to take the next baby step. Notice we were talking about steps. The next wicked biggie easy baby step is to get on the Destination Decluttered mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Maybe the step after that is you're saying, hey, you know what? I would love to have Beth as my one-on-one life coach, clutter coach, for 10 sessions, 20 sessions, however many sessions I want her for, that can happen. That's when you sign up for a consultation. But go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. There's a big orange button there. Sign up for it. If you don't see anything that works for you, I will say I only have consultations going on between this week and next week. After that's Thanksgiving, you guys, and I'm going to be visiting my fam, doing things. Other things will happen, but seize the day. Take the baby steps that lead you in the right direction, okay? I have enjoyed meeting you new people. It's always fun to see other names, and this will be downloaded and then uploaded to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. Also, I will say this. Hey, Ms. Crentis, nice to see you. Have a great night, everybody. Just the one thing. If you know somebody who's cluttered and they're not on TikTok, well, it's their loss, am I right? Don't we love TikTok? But I also have an Instagram page and a Facebook page. So if they can't see me or my videos on TikTok, send them to Destination Decluttered at Instagram, Destination Decluttered on YouTube, YouTube and Facebook. Okay, so if you know somebody who you think would enjoy decluttering like with me, just spread the word. The more people know, the more people that can be decluttered. Okay, have a great night, everybody. I will see you the next time I'm doing a TikTok live. I think that's tomorrow. It is. I'm going to have to go look at the video that I have posted on the top of my TikTok page to find out when it was, but you can do that too. Okay? German Maid, thank you. Noon, I appreciate it. You've always got my back. I appreciate it. And yeah, thank you for Irish Maid for letting me know that I had schmutz on my face today. I love it. Okay? Everybody, have a great evening. I will see you tomorrow, and just drive your life in the direction of your dreams. Okay? I'll see you. Bye.